Between 2018 and 2022, I bought 456 shares of BSE at an average price of 282 rupees. I sold them in July 2024 for a price of 2500. 9.5x returns felt like a freaking genius until the stock zoomed to 7500. But this is a story not of returns, but of our behavior as investors. I personally feel the biggest mistake we are making is selling winners too early. Here is what happened. In 2018, I noticed that BSC is a very undervalued stock and had tremendous growth potential. Between 2018 and 2022, I accumulated BSC at an average price of 282, 456 shares for a period of 4 years. I watched it grow slowly from 2018 till 2022. It picked up speed in 2022, started giving multi-bagger returns. And I was sitting at 9.5 times the initial investment. In July 2024, I particularly saw a bad news and reacted. I exited the stock completely. The stock went from then on till May 2025 three times. From 2500, right now, the stock went to 7500. I made 9.5 times the money I invested. But clearly, in hindsight, I exited the biggest winner in my portfolio. Most investors obsess over finding the next multi-bagger. But you know what is the harder part? Holding on to one. Great companies create generational wealth over time, not overnight. Our brains are wired to book profits early. We feel happy and relieved at the same time. Before every sale, it is important we ask ourselves these two questions. Am I selling because the stock is in profit? Number two, what has fundamentally changed in the stock between when I bought it versus when I'm selling it? And our brains are also wired to hold on to losers. So we hold on to the losers, sell the winners early, and thereby creating a loser's portfolio. Even worse, we sell the winners, and with that money, we average down the losers because avoiding losses is very important to ask. Sometimes the most important thing to ask ourselves is not when to sell something, is why am I holding on to the stock? And what should convince me to sell the stock? The key question to ask ourselves before any sale is what has changed in the stock between now and then? Am I giving the new information the importance it deserves? My biggest realization from this has been that behavior is the biggest winner. It is not stock tips, it's not market timing. Our attitude to hold on to a winner is what will determine our success. We should understand our emotions before taking any investment decisions. And these emotions are called our behavioral biases. Understanding the biases has become more important than ever right now. Why? Because we can act and see things immediately. Everything is visually available to us anytime we want on the mobile apps or the web page. And actions can be taken immediately, which was not the case a couple of decades ago. With all this ease of access and information, it is so difficult to not act on a new information when it comes. There are way too many biases to cover everything, but I'll cover the three biases I displayed while selling the BSC stock based on just a one new information which came. First one I displayed is called recency bias. What does this tell us? This bias is where our brain gives too much importance to the new information, forgetting all the old information we collected about the particular stock. The next bias I displayed is availability bias. This new information was easily available to me and I reacted immediately to it, forgetting all the difficult fundamental analysis I had done about the stock over a period of 5 years. And the biggest bias of all, the third one, is loss aversion. It might sound counterintuitive. The whole point was because of that news, BSC stock fell a little, and I was worried it will dip into all the profits I had made I was avoiding the losses from that stock, and then hence I sold it. The bottom line is, folks, the fear of loss is much greater than the happiness from a gain. I'll repeat it. We will hold on to losers because we don't want to realize the losses, because it's a strong emotion. Loss is a strong emotion, even greater than the pleasure of holding on to a winner. And what happens eventually is we will create a portfolio of losing stocks instead of creating the exact opposite, yes, portfolio of winning stocks. So, how can we overcome this? It's very difficult. Being aware of these biases and asking yourself the right questions before making a trade is very important. And that is the only solution. This journey of the BSC stock has taught me one thing. The question is not whether I'll be able to identify the multibagger. The question is whether I have the character in me to hold on till it becomes a multibagger. If this video has helped changing your mindset even a little, please like, share, and subscribe. I've got more behavioral insights and more stories coming up. Stay tuned.